Breaking Brown is so good. Boo, 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 boo.
Okay. Welcome back. Welcome back to Who Watches Us, the movie podcast where we watch the movies, but who watches us? I'm Alex. I'm joined by my brother Brendan.
Hello.
How you doing, man?
I'm okay.
Yeah? We just watched a movie, didn't we?
Yeah.
We watched Borderlands.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. If you watched the last episode, then you know that Brennan was not excited for this.
Even
And
though I
there's
picked it.
Yeah, even though he picked it. So I think we're going to have some roles to play. Brennan didn't take any notes, really.
I tried my best. I really tried. But I was in a state where I was constantly confused by the choices that the movie had made. And I was trying to rationalize everything. And the movie was just happening at me. And before I knew it, it had been like 10 minutes. I hadn't taken any notes. And I had to backtrack just off memory.
Yeah, so Brennan's a big fan of Borderlands 2.
Just Borderlands in general, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I probably should have just said Borderlands. Brennan's a big fan of Borderlands and Borderlands 2. And Brennan is not a fan of this movie.
I'm not. I tried to be you. I tried to fart, but
Don't try and encroach on my turf.
yeah, I'm sorry.
You play with fire, you get burned. You play with brown, you get stains, alright? Yeah, I also didn't like this movie.
Yeah, it's not good. It's a really
It's not
bad
very
movie.
good. It's not very canonical. Like, they bring in aspects from the game, but they don't. It's not cohesive. It's like they tried to make their own universe. It doesn't line up with the events that take place in the game. So if that's what you wanted out of this movie, also spoiler warning, don't watch this movie.
Yeah,
You're probably not going to like it.
Don't watch it.
If you don't like bad writing written by Eli Roth and Joe Abercrombie, don't watch this movie.
Just save yourself.
Yeah. This movie is also directed by Eli Roth.
He let me down. He really let me down. I thought he was okay at doing the director thing until I looked into his history and I saw it was mostly just not very good. But I kind of like him as an actor.
I've only really seen him in Inglourious Bastards.
I've seen him in 2 other things, I think, but I can't remember what they were.
I'm sure I've seen him probably in something else. I just can't remember for the life of me, even if I tried.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
This movie felt like it was trying to jam in as many references it could as fan service. And that was whether or not it made sense to do so or not.
Who are they making this movie for?
I don't know who this movie is for.
It's what I want to know.
I really don't know. It's not for me.
Borderlands has, I want to say, a pretty cult following. People like Borderlands. It's a very big game. People play this game, but I feel like it has a super core audience that will always play their games, that'll consume what the creators put out.
Yeah.
Just like any franchise, really, but this, I don't know, it's different. But
yeah, it's
who the fuck is this movie for? It's not for the fans of the game.
I don't know.
Are they just? It just feels like a cash grab.
I don't know how they like. It has to have been because I don't know how they fucked up on so many different levels. It's actually crazy. Like the main character is Lilith, and
Cate Blanchett.
Yes, and in the game, she's like roughly around like 30 years old or whatever, and she's a part of a group of vault hunters. But in this, she's, I mean, if she's the age that she is in real life, she's 55, and she's come back to Pandora, and she's supposed to be like a bounty hunter, and that she doesn't have like any of her siren powers until like the end of the movie. And one of her like powers is teleportation. So the thing that fucks me up about this movie is that it's not Borderlands 1. It's Borderlands 1 and it's Borderlands 2. But it's only like some of the plot from Borderlands 1, which is to like just get into the vault, and they're trying to, they're basically like racing or like trying to beat, or like I can't remember from 1 because I played 2 more than 1, but the Crimson Lance are trying to get to the vault as well, and that's the plot of this movie. And like they get to the vault, and then there's a boss fight in the vault because the vault stores like weapons and not treasure, and the weapon is the Destroyer, which is like this big fucking tentacle monster that you only briefly see in this movie because they go into the vault, or like this vault dimension, and some tentacles grab the bad guy and pull him into a hole, and that's it. And like the Destroyer is like, you know, you've unleashed the Destroyer, you opened the vault, but it's fine.
Yeah, the Destroyer and Lilith are homies in this, so they're best buds because Lilith just became a siren and she knows how to control her powers completely.
Immediately. She knows how to do it immediately. I hate that.
Despite doing it on accident, like 12 hours prior to this happening. It's just disappointing when you take a franchise that's well established, there's well established lore. They do it for fucking every video game movie ever, pretty much. I think there's very few exceptions. It already has established lore. Why are you trying to change the lore? I understand maybe you want to take some creative liberties so you're not just regurgitating the same thing in a different format. But when you stray too far from the source material, it becomes something else. That is not what this is portrayed to be.
No, it's not. And it's like, it's the first ever like iteration of, you know, Borderlands being on the main stage. And I was really excited for what it could be until I saw the trailer. And I just instantly thought, oh no, that's actually going to be a piece of shit movie, and no one's going to like it, and I'm going to hate it, and let's just hope that I'm wrong. And I wasn't wrong.
Commercial flop. $115 million, made $30 million.
Made $30.
Made $30 back. One person saw this. And he got some popcorn too.
Yeah, lost $80 million.
Yeah, which is insane. And this isn't like, it hasn't got really, I mean, Kevin Hart's in it.
He's barely in it.
He's barely in it. He's rolling. I mean, he's got a decent part. He does not appear for long periods of time. We've got Atlas, who Edgar Ramirez is Atlas. Jamie Lee Curtis as Tannis. You got Ariana Greenblatt as Tiny Tina. Florian Montagneux as Krieg. And Jack Black as Claptrap. So, like, not a small cast. You got some very notable names in there.
Yeah.
There are some people I haven't heard of before.
I mean, yeah, there's a couple in there I haven't heard of. Jamie Lee Curtis is a big one. She's been around for
She's huge. Cate Blanchett's huge.
a long time.
Kevin Hart's huge. Jack Black is huge.
Jamie Lee Curtis is 66. And I don't want to be ageist. Because I'm not being ageist, because the original character is like also in their 30s, I'm pretty sure. Like it just doesn't make sense why they like changed it so much. And it's there's characters from Borderlands 2. So you got Tiny Tina, who's like a character from like a side mission in B2. And you got Krieg, who's a DLC Vault Hunter from 2. But we're missing Brick, Mordecai, Axton, Salvador, Maya, like all these other characters that are way more interesting. But we're stuck
and relevant to the plot.
Exactly. But we're stuck with a bunch of side characters as the main characters. These characters, they never leave the bases like in the actual game. Claptrap, I think, only goes on one adventure with you, maybe 2. I don't think Tannis ever comes with you on any adventures. Maybe one of them. It's Tiny Tina's like got like a pretty big role in one of the DLCs for Borderlands 2.
She did get her own game as well, right?
Yeah. The
spin-off,
the
Tiny Tina's Wonderland.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which I didn't play.
I also didn't play it. It got good reviews.
Yeah, I gotta play it one day.
Yeah. I don't know. It just sucks when stuff like this happens and it makes people not take the original thing as seriously because obviously they're going to look at the movie and say that sucked.
Yeah.
It happens with almost every video game adaptation. They're always almost so bad. I've heard Fallout is good. I watched The Last of Us Season 1. That was good. Even the Mario movie was good. That was a good movie.
It was good.
It was good.
I think things like this are better suited to like shows.
Yeah. Could have been a show. Probably would have worked out better as a show.
Take your time with it.
And things like characters like Tiny Tina or, you know, it should be like a cameo. Like how they had, was it Ellie and fucking Scooter?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cameo them.
I mean, but they have huge roles in the actual game.
Yeah.
Like huge roles. And then you get cameo appearances. You can't base half of your main characters on like insane, like actually insane side characters. Like it's too much chaos for one movie. And Lilith is like very serious in this movie, which I don't really think she is in there. In the game, I feel like she's a little bit more lighthearted. She has her moments where she's like, yeah, okay, we gotta fucking take this shit seriously. But Roland is the one that's actually like the most serious and sort of like honor bound.
Like stoic?
Yeah. I don't know. You had so much good source material. Like if they were going to step into Borderlands 2 territory, they should have gone with some Handsome Jack content because...
Which I'm surprised there wasn't. I didn't expect Atlas to be the villain.
Yeah, I'm guessing it was just like a...
it just feels lazy.
Like the first game.
And it probably was.
It was. It was lazy.
If I want to point the finger at anyone, I want to point the finger at 2K because that's a fucking shitty, greedy company and I hate them.
I'm pointing the finger at Eli Roth and Randy Pitchford. What are you doing, guys?
And Joe Abercrombie, because that fucking script sucked. The writing in this movie sucks.
Yeah.
So cringe and so cliche and just terrible. And uninteresting.
The energy of this episode is so different to everything else that we've done. It's
It
just
has to be
disappointment.
done.
It's just so
It,
much disappointment.
yeah, I feel like there's going to be a lot of tangents in this episode, and how it's going to work is I'll read off what's happening, and Brendan will fly off the handle.
I'll try and keep it in check. 'Cause I've already
Not,
had a bit of a whinge already.
yeah, we took a little break in between because I had to drop some generational brown. And yeah, we're good to go. We're uh recharged and ready to go. I got a Pepsi Max. I'm ready to do this.
I wish I had a Pepsi Max.
It's not cold. Didn't put it in the fridge.
Should I
Like an
see?
idiot.
I might have some Coke Zero in the fridge. Should I go get some?
Okay. When Brendan gets back from checking the fridge, let's bloody tuck in.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go get a drink. You talk to the audience and
Okay.
give them some comfort.
I'll give them some comfort. You said to comfort them.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I know. I don't know. It's all getting cut. I was just trying to be creepy. I think it worked. But yeah. Brendan's back. So without further ado,
Meow.
let's get into it.
Noodles.
Noodles is here.
Yeah.
I locked the door. There's no beans breaking in today. I bean proofed the room.
You're bean proof.
I bean proofed the room. No beans breaking in and hurting themselves like fucking idiots.
I'm not noodles proof right now.
That's okay.
All right, let's get this bloody show on the road.
Alrighty. Let's do it. So we open up. We get a little narration. Long ago. Iridians. And then they disappeared.
Iridians.
But they left behind technology for humans.
Yeah, they're
Well,
like
not really.
that
They just
ancient
left
race. Yeah.
Ancient race left technology behind, and that's how humans have advanced technologically. But their biggest secrets are locked in the vault. And the vault is on a planet called Pandora. And, obviously people want to get into this vault. It's overrun with corporations and criminals and vault hunters. But no one's found it. And things don't look too good. But there's a prophecy. Prophecy came about, and a little bit of hope shone through. A little bit of hope, alright? Only the daughter of Iridia can unlock the vault. And we get our main character going, yeah, right. But actually, no. It is real. And then we cut, and there's like a fucking cell, and there's this girl in it, and there's an alarm going off.
Yep.
And then a guy opens the door, and who is it other than Kevin Hart or Roland?
Roland.
And he's like, Tiny Tina, you gotta come with me. Your dad sent me. She's like, he sent you? He's like, yeah. She's like, okay, let's go. She calls him short, because Kevin Hart's short.
Yep.
And then there's a gunfight.
Mm-hmm.
And,
this is where I had my first gripe of the movie.
Okay, take it away.
Nobody has any auto shields in this movie. In the game, you get shields, so when you get shot, you don't die immediately because Pandora's like a super hostile environment. Nobody has those in this, and it's for one reveal at the end of the movie, and it's just so that the bad guy at the end seems invincible, and that also that Lilith can give people fire shields.
Nice.
As like
I can understand why they don't give everyone shields, because then, every enemy would take 10 years to kill.
Well, it's a corporation though, right? Like
Yeah,
they
it would
sell
make more
weapons.
sense if they did have them there.
They sell weapons and they sell shields.
Yeah. So it doesn't really make sense why they don't have them, but I can understand for movie purposes why they wouldn't.
Yep. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for me there was a lot of bonkers shit going on, and if they had shields, they could have had a bit more freedom and fun with it, but instead they had to have characters hiding behind like shit for gunfire and
True, yeah, it
and
does
have
make
like
for very.
plot armor, like fight sequences and stuff.
That's also true, yeah.
Yep.
That's a good point. That's a good point. They could have made it work.
Yes.
But
It's time to
Kevin
go
Hart,
insane.
aka Roland, kills all these guards because, they've been alerted. Tina's changed. She's having second thoughts. She's like, I want to go back. I can't do this. And then the psycho breaks out. And the psycho's name is Krieg. And he's like, help, I will help. But he doesn't say that. Roland says, help me. And he goes, and then it's 50 light years away.
No, you forgot where Krieg screams, "It's time to go insane!"
Oh, does he scream that? I missed that.
Yeah.
I love the psychos in Borderlands.
Psychos are great. Krieg
Psychos
is
are
great.
great. I liked, I did like how they had like the psycho lines peppered through the movie.
Yeah.
Even like the psychos that were like the enemies.
Yeah. Like I think they did the psychos very well.
Yeah. I think they look good. And I think they behave like psychos do.
Yes.
And I like that part.
Yeah.
Which is, there you go. Good job, Eli Roth. You got one thing right.
There you go, mate.
There you go.
So we're in Promethea now, 50 light years away. And Lilith is old.
She old as fuck.
She is old. She's too old to be Lilith.
Too old. Too old.
Yeah.
And she's also too old for this shit.
Yeah, I forgot she says that.
Because she's a bounty hunter and she's got a bounty and she takes him into a bar. And she asks for that top shelf shit from the bartender, whose name I've forgotten.
Quinn.
Yeah, Quinn. And then someone approaches her. And then she elbows him in the nose. And she's like, that's okay. I represent a very wealthy man. And then they threaten to kill her bounty. So she just fucking fucks everyone in the room. She just, no, not really. Like, she kills his henchman.
Yeah, she just shoots everyone.
Yeah.
There's a moment where Quinn, because the guys, the goons, they go to like pull out a gun or whatever, and Quinn's like, "Oi, not in my bar." And then Lilith pulls out her gun and shoots everyone, and Quinn's like, "Don't worry, I'll clean it up."
Yeah. And then, after she kills the guy's henchmen, you get a slow clap from across the room, which is just great.
So
the evil boss
cringe.
is here. And then she shoots him as well, while in the middle of his evil man speech.
Yep.
But it's not really, he's not really there. He's got a double, he's got like a robo mask on that he can talk through and has his face on it, right?
Yeah.
So he makes the guy that Lilith hasn't killed yet, the guy that was surrounded by henchmen, put on the robo mask so he can make a proposal to Lilith. He says, Lilith, my daughter has been kidnapped, okay, and I need your help. But she's on Pandora. She's like, you can't pay me enough to go back there. That place sucks. And then he pays her enough money to go back there.
Yeah.
Like pretty much just no other
Instantly.
consideration, just instantly.
Yeah.
There's nothing in between that. I make it sound like that's all that happened. That's all that happened.
Yeah, sometimes we
Uh,
summarize and skip over some things. That's beat for beat what it goes like.
that's beat for beat. And she's like, okay, let me take care of this contract first, and then, I'll get to it. And then he shoots the bounty, her
Yeah.
bounty. And he's like, okay, it looks like your schedule just opened up. Now you can go do my thing. So she does. She goes to Pandora.
She doesn't like Pandora.
She hates Pandora. She fucking hates this place. And you know what? I like the atmosphere. I feel like they kind of captured the aesthetic kind of pretty well.
I feel like
Uh,
they did and they didn't.
yeah, I know what
Because
you mean.
throughout the entire movie, you know when you look at a movie and you're like, oh, like, yeah, I get this is like a world that they're trying to like put me in, but this
Hmm.
looks like a film set.
Yeah,
Like I
are you
can,
talking about the Tiny Tina place where they first meet her? Or are you talking
um,
about with all the diggers and stuff?
um, basically the entire movie.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I get you.
But really strongly when, like, I think just before she goes to Firestone, before she gets in the bus with Marcus, she's kind of
Yeah.
like along this road. And it just kind of looks like a film set. It just looks a bit,
You don't feel immersed. It's
yeah.
not believable.
It's not, it's not like Mad Max Fury Road where you're in that world, like, and
Yeah.
you fully believe it and you want to know more about this sort of universe. Um,
I can understand that.
yeah, it just doesn't took me out of it.
Took you out of it. That's fair. That's fair. I did like I did like the sets, but I can completely
They
understand
looked really
that
cool. Yeah,
it feels like a set.
yeah,
Yeah, but anyways, Lilith fucking hates this place. She doesn't want to be here, so she's just like, let's make it quick. So she does a little bit of investigating. She finds where the soldier crash landed, Roland. And she's like, this motherfucker might not even be alive. And same with Tiny Tina. But she speaks to some scavenger kids. And she finds out that they passed through there a little while ago. So, she goes on a hunt. She's still on the hunt. And a bus picks her up. It's Marcus. And he keeps calling her a Vault Hunter. And she is adamant that she is not. But he doesn't care. He knows a Vault Hunter when he sees one.
yeah. I wish so much that they did the Marcus intro and exposition instead of the fucking. I'm pretty sure it was Cate Blanchett, or maybe it was it might have been Tannis, but I'm pretty sure it was Lilith giving the exposition at the very start of the movie. The intro that Marcus does and like the sort of like stylized telling of like the story of the Vault Hunters and their motivations and stuff is really cool and would
Yeah.
not have been like the biggest stretch for them to recreate. And that would just wouldn't have been the biggest fucking hype thing for a Borderlands fan to like to get on board with like, okay, cool, I'm fucking pumped for this because like it's the Marcus intro. Like this shit goes hard.
I don't remember ever seeing Marcus in the games. He's just like does the vending machines and stuff, right?
He in the first one he does drive the bus.
Okay.
Um,
I was very young the first time I played that.
yeah, you would have been pretty young. You would have been like playing co-op with me or something, right?
Yeah.
Uh,
God, I don't know how you did it. I probably went down so much.
that was fine. It was like it's like a challenge to keep someone else alive, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Such a bot.
I think I played it. I was like, the first one came out when I was in year 9, so
Mm.
I would have been around 15, 16, and you would have been 8.
Yeah, probably.
Why did Mum let you play that game?
I was allowed to play anything, but I wasn't allowed to watch stuff.
Okay.
I was allowed to play anything except GTA 5 when that came out.
Yeah. I mean,
I
that's
played
completely
MW.
fair.
Yeah, that was your fault. Just let me go to the strip club and bash hookers. Stop trying to protect my innocence.
Sorry.
Shit, cunt. No, sorry.
Yeah. Because Mum asked me, right?
Yeah.
I was like, no, don't let him play that.
Yeah. I played it anyway. I just went to Dad's and played it.
Dad with the hooker.
Yeah, he got it off his mate. Actually, I think he got it off Uncle Ricky.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey.
MW2, Halo 3, stuff like that. Played all of it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we played a lot of Halo together.
We did. That was great fun.
Yeah,
I feel
it
like
still is fun.
Still is fun. We should play Halo.
We should watch a Halo movie and have an excuse to do some Halo gameplay. That sort of leads into
This Halo
something.
movies?
Huh? I think
There's
there's
Halo
one
movies?
Halo movie.
Ah.
Yeah.
No, it's a TV show.
Yeah, it's
But we're
TV
getting
show.
off track here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, get back
So,
on track.
yeah,
That should have
So
done the fucking
Marcus.
Marcus intro.
that
Like
would
it-
have been cool.
It would have been cool.
I understand that they made Lilith the main character, and this is through her perspective. Especially,
Mhm.
this is kind of her story and her becoming a siren.
Yep.
But it's just lame. Let Marcus do it. Let it happen. Let it be like a story that's told. It's not really a
So-
story that's told. It's just
You want to be
this
a
motherfucker.
vault
This
hunter, eh?
this motherfucker is narrating shit as it happens. Like I could just watch what's happening.
The actor that played Marcus did really good.
That's what I wanted to say. I liked. That's why a voiceover would have been cool as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like having him talk. He sounds pretty similar. Yeah, I think he did a good job. And Marcus is kind of like, to me at least, he's kind of like this mysterious figure who's just like adapted to this fucking wasteland, profits off it, and
Yeah, he's supposed to be just completely fucking ruthless. He's only there to sell you guns.
hearing. I would like to see more of Marcus. I know they put him in there after this again, but I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah, I think it was just
Missed opportunity.
They kind of had him in there to just make references. Like I think they
like what they should have done with a lot of characters in this.
So they go to
Firestone, right?
Firestone, yeah.
Firestone, sorry. Firestone. Yo, that scone was fucking fire. If you give me the recipe.
Yeah, she gets on the bus and they talk about how he's like, it's like, so, Vault Hunter, eh? Yeah, cool, Vault Hunter. And she's like, no, I'm not a Vault Hunter, I'm a bounty hunter. It's like, cool, yeah, so, Vault Hunter, you want to do this and you want to do that as they go into to Firestone, which was a interesting. I just like Marcus. Marcus is a cool character,
He is.
but
You do see his businessman side shine through because he's playing her ads.
yeah. So they get to Firestone. Oh, I wrote this movie looks like a film set. And it looks like this is when we're introduced to Claptrap from my notes.
Yeah.
And that's about
She-
it in Firestone.
Yeah, she fucking shoots Claptrap, but he's fine because he's Claptrap. He's just being annoying, so she shoots him again.
Jack Black
and
did
the reason
well
I mentioned
with
it,
Claptrap as well.
he did. It's such a shame that the writing was so poor and the dialogue was so shockingly shit. Because
Yeah.
I liked the way he did Claptrap's voice. It was pretty close, and his
Mhm.
cadence and everything was pretty good.
Yeah. But
I think
they sort of like allude to who programmed Claptrap, right? It's like a mystery person that programmed
Yeah.
Claptrap to serve Lilith until she is dead.
yeah. And she's like, I don't need a partner. And he's like, I can access the Echo Net. And she's like, all right, well, this will be useful for hunting down this little girl. Find Tiny Tina. So he locates her, but it's a treacherous path. You know, it's going to be a hard journey.
Scanning. I wrote, how was Claptrap the least annoying part of this movie?
Yeah. That award goes to Tiny Tina. Yeah. So, you know, they're on their way, and they see the Red Lance is teaming up with the
Crimson
Psychos.
Lance, yep.
Crimson Lance, sorry. The Crimson Lance, that's how good this movie did at making me remember the bad guys. Okay. Crimson Lance is teaming up with the Psychos, alright? The Lance drive off. She fucking snipes the Psychos and saves these children that were being abducted by them, probably going to be eaten. She takes the car, she drives, and she gets to where they need to be. And Claptrap doesn't want to help her anymore because he's scared, right? And she's like, whatever, too bad. You sure this is the right place? He's like, yeah, she's probably long gone by now there. Or is she? She does a little searching around and she searches this little trash bunker thing.
It's like a Hyperion junkyard.
Yeah. And she finds her. You know, she coaxes her to reveal herself. She introduces herself and she asks, where's Roland? Where's the soldier? She's like, oh, he took off, you know. And she's like, oh, I'm here to take you to your dad. She's like, cool. Can you grab my badonkadonk? Which is like this little rabbit thing. She picks it up, but it's actually a bomb. And then, you know, she's like, oh, shit.
Explosion. That's one of my notes.
Explosion. Yeah.
Explosion.
Yeah. And then, you know, Tiny Tina's taunting her with her cringe dialogue, which is much more effective than these bombs.
Yeah.
That she continues to rain down on her with. I wrote down that you don't like this part. And
yeah, I think I was just annoyed at how annoying Tiny Tina was, but at the same time how not true to the character they were at the same time. Like, Tina's supposed to be very like erratic and not sort of just like, I'm better than you.
like abrasive.
Yeah, she kind of just like does crazy shit with no remorse and just does whatever she wants in the game. It's not to like be above anyone else except for Flesh Stick.
Yeah, but Tiny Tina, she's got backup. She calls Krieg and they fight. And Krieg, he's just too cracked. He's too strong. So Lilith needs to try and outsmart him somehow. So she like uses his stupidness to launch her up to where Tiny Tina is. But then, you know, Tiny Tina's got a rocket launcher. So she puts her gun down. She's like, look, I was sent by your father. She says it really weird.
She does say a couple of these lines really weird. I think the other thing that upset me in this scene is this is when I wrote down no one has shields. So yeah, it's just making none of this fight like sort of believable, like that anyone's in any sort of danger. And I wrote Krieg is the only sort of faithful character to like the acting. Like he's insane and he has a bunch of one-liners and that's the entire character. But you can't base a movie off Krieg being faithful to his character.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
And it's the same with Claptrap.
Especially because he's a side character.
Yeah. And then somebody shows up.
Nox.
General Knox.
General Knox, one of Atlas's little dogs. Okay. She's like,
I wrote General Knox was a man, used to be a man, right? Like, was a man in the game. And I looked it up. It's like, yeah, it's a very old, angry man. And it's like a General Knox in Crimson Lance versus the Vault Hunters fight.
yeah, and there's a really cringe cliche here where she goes, Tiny Tina goes, "You in what army?" And then Knox goes, "The army right behind me." Yeah. It's just like, collar the girl. So Tina tries to blow up Knox, and Lilith and Tina make a break for it. All right, and I just want to say that the CGI here, like of them falling, reminds me of Transformers when like Megatron starts breaking out of being frozen. Like watching the little guys fall around and be flung around. It didn't look that great to me.
Yeah.
But that's a bit of a nitpick. Lilith saves Tina from being crushed, and then Roland shows up. He's like, "Get in the car!" And they get on their way. He's like, they accidentally leave Claptrap behind. I don't know if it was an accident or not, but they leave Claptrap behind. And, Soldier Guy is grilling Tina, and he makes it very apparent that he doesn't like or trust Lilith, okay?
Who
And
doesn't?
they're still
Who
being
doesn't?
chased. Roland?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because he calls her one of Atlas's dogs, like a bounty hunter,
Right.
Yeah. They're still being chased. The Psycho saves Claptrap, and then they're just firing at him. And the Soldier Guy, Roland, says, "Take the wheel," and then gives it to Lilith while he gets on the gun up top. And then Lilith gives the wheel to Claptrap. She's shooting, and they crash, but they're okay. But now they're right on top of them, and they get pinned, all right? But they go through the Thresher Piss wash gully to get away from them. And for some reason, Tiny Tina refuses to put the window up. So this isn't even important. They get covered in piss.
Yeah, they get covered in piss.
They get covered in Thresher piss, all right?
Yep.
And they get attacked by Threshers, and they're on the edge of a cliff now because they almost fall off. And then Thresher shows up, a big guy, and they're like, reverse. But
Then
they're
like,
okay. No.
Don't.
The army is back. And then Roland has a plan. What's Roland's plan?
Roland's plan is to drive directly into the Thresher's mouth and blow it up. That's the
Yep. Yeah, so they do exactly that.
Yeah. And then they sort of get away a little bit when they do that.
Yeah.
And then they think that Tina can open the vault. But why do they think that? This is just the notes that I have. This is verbatim.
Okay, hold on. Okay. So they get a flat tire, right?
Yeah.
They get a flat tire, and, they pull over after they lose them to, fix it up. Lilith's scoping out the surroundings, and there's nothing around, right? Empty, vast, just desert wasteland. And then she makes a comment like, they should probably be here by now, but, they don't do shit without a ground fleet or whatever, so they're recuperating. That's why they haven't caught up yet. And Lilith just starts digging into him like, yeah, you don't care about Tina. You just care about getting in that vault. And then Roland pulls a gun on her. He's like, fucking, how about you take a walk? Fuck off. And she's like, no, because we're on the same side now.
Okay.
Okay, you make a good point. She's like, I hope you know what you're doing. And he's like, no, I don't, but I know someone who does. And they do a road trip. And they make
Road
it
trip.
to
The sanctuary.
Yeah, they get to Sanctuary. And they're walking through, but they've got disguises on. They've got like these hollow masks.
Yeah. But they're the only
Yeah.
ones that have hollow masks on.
Yes, so they look
They've
incredibly inconspicuous. And then Roland walks up to a wanted poster and goes, "Who's that handsome devil?" And some guy goes, "He's a badass killer." Yeah, and meanwhile,
they're gonna go see Moxie.
They gotta go see Moxie, and Lilith gets recognized by Marcus, so she takes her hollow mask off. Good idea.
Yeah, great idea.
And they arrive at Moxie's, and then Roland gets recognized by Bobby Lee cameo Larry.
I'm not sure if I think Moxie is Roland's ex-wife in the game, but I'm not sure if that's happened yet. Moxie's got a couple of ex-husbands. I have to look it up, I guess.
Okay. Yeah. So, I think Moxie's been filled in on what's happening. She knows Lilith's mum. Asking questions about the scientist that Roland was talking about. And then, just chopping it up. And Roland and Larry are also chopping it up. And Larry is mad that Roland ghosted him and everybody else.
It was Marcus, not Roland. It's Marcus. Okay. And Ellie and Scooter are her kids.
Oh. Yeah. Anyways, Roland and Larry are chopping it up, and Larry is like, "That's so funny, hilarious how you ghosted Knox and everybody else." And he's actually mad about that. But, he goes to pull a gun out, but he gets tased. Moxie's like, "You guys gotta go." And then they go. And, everything just happens in this movie. There's, no resistance ever. It just happens.
Yeah.
So Moxie,
then the movie
talks
has
the
to
guards. Yeah, they go up this big elevator to see this xenoarchaeologist.
Yeah, Patricia Tannis.
Yeah.
I have some gripes before we move on.
Mm-hmm.
They give Moxie a really semi thick southern accent as part of her character.
Mm-hmm.
But in the game she doesn't have an accent because she tries to hide that part of herself from when she was in the Hodunk clan. So that's the last thing that you would expect Moxie to do, right? If they're trying to stay faithful to the game, right? Right?
Right.
You wouldn't give her a southern accent.
Feels like they really should have consulted someone who actually cares about the game. But that would be too much effort.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
But Tannis and Lilith have got a little bit of history. Yeah. Lilith isn't too fond of Tannis because of what happened with her and her mum. Basically, Lilith thinks that her mum abandoned her when she was a kid with the help of Tannis. And the rest of my note is help. I wasn't paying attention. I was too annoyed.
Yeah. What did we get up to? So, yeah. Lilith is annoyed with Tannis because she feels as though she abandoned her when she was supposed to look after her. And, she just gave her with tradesmen who were murderers and criminals and stuff. She's like, it's like, this is what your mum would have wanted. She's like, she wanted me to kill? No, she wanted you to be able to survive. And then she goes on a tangent. She's like, I'm just finishing her work. And Lilith calls it a waste of time. And then we cut and Lilith is on the balcony. And she's looking pensively off into the distance. and Tina comes out to talk. And somehow we get to the part where Tina's talking about how she was made.
Yeah, they're out on the balcony, I think.
Lilith questions this. Yeah, they're out on the balcony. Lilith questions this, and she's like, Atlas is your dad, right? She's like, yeah, nah. He's my creator. He cloned an Iridian in this round. She says this in like a really roundabout way. I'm summing this up.
Yeah. There's Iridian blood on a vault key fragment, and he's been trying to clone people from that Iridian blood ever since.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, okay, cool. So if we want to go to the vault, we need more vault keys, right? Because now we're inside, we're talking to Tannis. And Tannis is like, oh, okay, yeah. I know where a vault key is. We just have to go to the Caustic Caverns to get it. They're like, oh, okay. Well, let's go to the Caustic Caverns then. It's like, oh, it's a bit dangerous. It's like, okay, let's go. But then they have to sneak out of Sanctuary because General Knox has showed up and recognized Claptrap, I think.
Yeah.
Wasn't paying enough attention, and they have to sneak out in a bin.
Yeah, and they sneak out without a hitch, even though the place is in lockdown.
Yeah, it was really
If
easy.
it's in lockdown, that means no one in or out. Why is the garbage allowed in and out?
Nah, bin's got to go, man.
Bin's got to go. Can't stay here. It's too stinky.
Too stinky.
Too stinky. So we're at Caustic Caverns.
Yeah, they go. Which I think they just made it a sewer, like at the Caustic Caverns. They go from the Caustic Caverns to like the Bloodshot Stronghold, or something like that, and like the caverns is just like sewers. I don't get it. Like the actual Caustic Caverns are fucking huge, but they were just like in these tiny little sewers, and that's their version of it.
Yeah, that would cost too much money.
There's a Minecraft reference in Caustic Caverns.
There is?
Yeah, if you go to the back of the map, there's like a little mining deposit like section, and if you go behind there's like Minecraft blocks that you can like punch through.
Oh, okay.
And then there's creepers in there.
And then the creepers blow up, and then they reveal Jack Black, and he goes, "Chicken jockey."
Oh god.
Yeah. So they
Cinema.
send Claptrap. Cinema. They send Jack Black. The reason I also didn't comment on the Minecraft movie is because I haven't seen it.
I also haven't seen it. So they're in this sewer, Caustic Caverns.
Yeah.
And they're shimmying and trying not to fall in. And they almost fall in, and then they don't fall in when Krieg catches Tina as she goes to fall in because she's being stupid.
Mm-hmm.
And then they find something in the sewer. What do they find?
I don't know.
They find a beautiful little plant on the ground.
Ah, yes.
And Tiny Tina's like, wow, that's a nice plant.
Hope grows in the strangest places. And then Claptrap's like, I did it! And squishes the plant. Which is one of 2 times I had a little giggle in this movie. Because I wasn't expecting it, to be honest. And I thought it was on par for Claptrap's character. I liked it. It made me giggle. Anyways.
Yeah, you liked it.
Yeah.
You were ashamed that you liked it. You didn't want to like it.
I was a little ashamed. I feel like I had to justify and explain it to Brendan.
Yeah.
He was having such a bad time.
Yeah. And now we're in the Bloodshot Stronghold, kinda, because there's Bloodshots everywhere, which is like a type of bandit, enemy, psycho. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember what happened.
So they show up.
They're partying and hanging, right?
Yeah, and you're like, you don't want to hang out with them because these guys, there's something about being down here that makes them extra fucking crazy. And then they're lighting each other on fire for fun.
I
And
did like the psychos, the Bloodshots.
yeah,
I thought they were well done, and
yeah,
I liked Krieg's character. And the other thing I had a little giggle at was right after the claptrap part. I don't know, maybe I was feeling a little silly, but they're like, I think Tannis is like, we're not gonna blend in, except maybe you, handsome. And he goes, "Thank you!" Just screams in her face. And I thought that was funny.
I just missed it. I
It
feel
was,
like I was blind in this movie. Like I was trying to watch the movie, I was trying to take notes, and it's like I wasn't watching the movie at all. Like
you're in a fugue state.
I feel like I might have been. I don't know what happened. I just know that I was not having a good time. So
Yeah.
they're in there and they're like, "Oh, there's a lot of boys. How are we gonna get past these boys?" And they're like, "Oh, okay, we'll just send Claptrap as a diversion, and we'll sneak past, I guess." So that's what they do. Claptrap goes in there and everybody shoots Claptrap, and he's like, "Oh, that hurts when you shoot me," uh, and they sneak past.
No, that
And
would have been actually funny.
and then they sneak past, and Claptrap gets away, and he's like, "Ow, that really hurt a lot." And then he like does this little shake maneuver, and he instantly heals himself.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's fine, which I just did not understand at all.
yeah.
Did he absorb the bullets?
Well,
Because he shits them out.
yeah, he shits them out uncontrollably later.
Yeah, but we'll get to that in just a second.
Yeah, you actually play as a Claptrap model in the pre-sequel.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I feel like I only watched you play that very briefly.
Probably. That's the one that was made in Australia. It's the one where like it's on the moon, and for some reason everyone on the moon is Australian in the pre-sequel,
Mm.
just for no reason. It's very funny. So yeah, they get past and they find themselves in like a storage place, and there's boxes everywhere, and they're like, okay, time to find the vault key. And then Lilith finds the vault key.
Like instantly.
Yeah. And they're like,
Just,
how'd you do that?
just lucky, I guess.
Yeah, just lucky. And they're like, okay, well, I guess it's time to go then, because we got what we need. And this is when Claptrap just is absolutely making so much brown.
Who's dropping generational brown? My note is just making me crack up a little bit because it's like my note is let's get out of here. Claptrap shits. And then the next line, it's not the same line. Next line, and alerts them.
Yeah, all of his uncontrollable shitting alerts the Bloodshots, and they have a firefight for a little while as they try to escape.
Cool gunfight while Ace of Spades plays. Honestly, not that bad. I thought it was choreographed pretty well.
Yeah,
It
I
was
thought it was
decent.
okay.
It was decent. I liked that song. I feel like it fit. I will say the choice of music was okay. It was actually pretty good. It didn't make me cringe.
It's good.
It's good. It's fine.
Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
after this, I wrote the note. Are they seriously going to play the Lilith doesn't know she's a siren card for this movie? Is that the plot? Is that the story that they're going with? Is that ever something that happens in Borderlands? Like, she does progress as a character from Borderlands 1 to Borderlands 2, where she learns how to teleport, because she can phase walk in the first game. And then she, if she has Iridium in the second game, she can like use the power of the Iridium to teleport.
Yeah.
And in between the first and second game is when she becomes the Firehawk. So I don't know. It seems like they just went in a different direction with this. This is what was like going through my head constantly. I was trying to figure out, like, is this canonical? Like, did this happen before the first game and I just don't know about it? Like, is there
Like
some source,
misremembering something,
or is there some source material that I don't know about that happened before the first game, and maybe this is quite true to how it plays out, or are they just doing things a little bit differently? Like, I don't know. Like, do Roland and Lilith meet each other first? And then that's when they get involved in a relationship, and then Brick and Mordecai come along like a little bit later. But then they still
maybe.
have the whole the whole vault thing. So no, like
The timeline is a bit messy.
yeah, and it just spun me in circles constantly as I tried to make it make sense in my head with all like the knowledge I had before this movie.
Yeah.
Yep.
I kind of had you telling me how things were and what I was seeing because I'm not too brushed up. It's been a long time since I played Borderlands, and I will say, never played it for the plot. I just found the gameplay very fun. I was also very young,
Yeah.
and the last time I played Borderlands was maybe a couple of years ago.
Yeah, I think it might be like a year or two for me.
Little nostalgia hit.
Yeah.
Never
We
finished
can get back in.
Borderlands 2. Let's do it. But yeah, they're fucking fighting off waves and waves of these bloodshots. And they make it to an elevator. But it's broken, alright? So Tannis and Claptrap are trying to fix it. They're holding them off. While Roland and Krieg are holding them off somewhere else. And Lilith goes to shut this gate and she drops her pistol and gets grabbed. Then Tina saves her. And Roland, they get into the elevator, and Roland sacrifices himself because it does still not working, okay? So he holds the fuse together while they go up. And you just you see Roland fighting all the guys. Also, Tina throws him Bob, and he throws Bob at them, but they eventually overwhelm him. And you cut back to the gang, and they're going up this elevator, but it's not slowing down. It's going way too quick. All right. Yeah, the brakes are out. So they're about to fucking fly like 70 meters into the air and die. But actually, no, they're not, because they're fine, because Tina can teleport. At least you think she can. Yeah.
Yep.
So they get to somewhere safe, and they combine the keys, and it's a map.
Yeah.
Tannis makes a weird comment where she's like, it's a shame your mum's not here. Like, cool. Thanks for rubbing salt in the wound, Tannis.
Remember when your mum died?
Yeah, she would have loved to see this.
Yeah.
Don't you think? And they're like, cool, I guess all we need is the third piece now. And then, Tannis goes like, well, what do you think Tina is? She's the third piece. But what happens when she opens it? Is it going to kill her? It won't kill her per se, but, sacrifices have to be made for the greater good, essentially, is this conversation. You find out Roland is fine, because of course he is. And he makes his exit up the elevator shaft. You don't see it, it's an off-screen thing. Yeah, and then you cut back to the gang in their little cave they're in. Claptrap fixed Lilith's thing that she broke that we forgot to mention back when she was with Tina. Then an Atlas bot shows up because it's like a GPS tracking device, and she didn't know. No one knew, I guess. And he says, "She's mine. Lance are on the way." She's like, "I'll destroy the key." She's like, "No, you won't. I will kill your homies." Yeah, and Tina saw that Lilith was talking to Atlas, and she gets the wrong impression, so she tries to blow Lilith up. And then when Lilith wakes up, she finds Claptrap dancing because he thinks she's dead. He's like, "Where are they?" She says that, sorry. Claptrap says, "They went to the village." So they go there.
how is it that Claptrap can detect how much piss shit ratio is
This
in
is
the piss
a
that
weird thing to
splashes
bring
in
up
the
now.
window?
This is a
But he
weird thing
can't
to bring
tell
up
if
now.
Lilith is fucking dead or not.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I understand now. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh
Yeah.
man. Did you mention that Roland is fine?
Yeah. You are actually in a fugue state. This is like the third time I've said something. You're like, dude, they're like here, right? I'm like, yes.
I don't know what's wrong with me.
It's all good. I understand. You got a lot going on right now in your head about this movie.
Yeah. There's
So
something about these bad movies that just affects me like really deeply.
That's totally fair. Because on a mental level, it just fucks with you. You're like, I don't want to do this, and now I have to put myself through this.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they go to this village, and it's actually where Lilith grew up. You know, it's her old home, so they go through her old house. They find an old photo, but then Claptrap has a brain blast, and
Yeah.
he shuts down. But he's not really shut down.
They
There's a
basically
message
they
from
turn Claptrap into R2D2.
That's what I was gonna say. He literally does a Princess Leia fucking hologram message to Lilith from her mum, and she's like, "I didn't make it. I'm sorry. I didn't want to send you away, but I knew what you were. I had to protect you.
Stinky.
Claptrap will help you understand your destiny." Okay, she's the daughter of Iridia. Shocker, I know. And then she's like, oh my god, Tina. And then you cut back to the gang. They're at the vault. And they're like, well,
They could have just
where
swapped
was
the
it?
actors, right? Like Lilith's mum could have been Lilith, and Cate Blanchett could have been Lilith's mum. It's hard to say Lilith.
Lilith, yeah. I keep
Lilith.
stuttering.
Lilith. Like they could have just swapped him around, and
Yeah, I'm looking at her now and she's way younger.
yeah.
But who the hell is Haley Bennett, am I right? We
I
got
don't know. That's how
Cate Blanchett.
That's how all actors start.
I know, but they're not going to make, this has got $115 million on the line. You got to make that back.
Yeah,
make that
true.
back.
Yeah, you don't want to lose $80 million.
Yeah. Yeah, so Krieg.
What would you do if
is
you
the
lost
one-
$80 million?
Well, if I lost $80 million of someone else's money, which is what Eli Roth did, I probably would just go on with my life. Maybe with a little bit of damage to my reputation, but, you know, I'm still rich at the end of the day. And a lazy writer and director.
Take that,
Sorry.
Eli.
I'm sorry, Eli Roth. I'm really ripping into you right now. I don't actually know you, and I never will, and you'll never hear this, so fuck you. Sorry.
Nobody at him.
No one's gonna add him.
Eli,
did you hear what this random guy said about you on the internet?
Alex is talking shit.
This guy said he didn't like the writing.
You're lazy.
Fuck you.
So fucking Tina gets a power trip.
Yeah.
Because she thinks she's the one. She thinks that she's Neo, and she's invincible, and she's gonna be the one to open the vault. And it's Tannis' fault that she thinks this, but she's also crazy.
Yeah.
But then Tannis is like, "Yeah, you might die when you open the vault," and she's like, "Nah, I'm special."
Yeah, the way she says it is so weird. She goes, "Nah, kid." Talking to like a 60-year-old woman.
Yeah.
Nah, kid, I'm special.
I'm special.
And then she instantly finds out that she is not special and she's a fuckwit.
Yeah, she is not a siren.
And then she goes, but I'm the special one! Oh, that's so loud.
Was it?
It peaked for me in my headphones. Yeah.
It's so quiet on my end.
Maybe it was just the fucking hit the perfect frequency to fuck my ear holes.
What's that? I hit the resonant frequency of your microphone.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, they find the vault, and Atlas pulls up. He's like, "Good job, my daughter. You did a good job. You survived this hostile planet and found the vault. Good job.
Idiot.
You did great. You did lots. Keep her organs on ice.
Yes, I'm
When
going to
I
dismantle
dissect her."
you.
Yes, yes. But then Roland
Yes.
arrives and does nothing because Atlas has
An auto shield.
Yeah.
Yep. Which have a capacity.
Yes.
If you kept shooting, it might have run out.
Yeah. But, Roland doesn't know this because this is not
Yeah, this is new tech, I guess.
well written. Yes.
And then General Knox.
I love this
actually,
part.
before that, I have a new note that says, "Everyone should have shields. They sell them."
Yeah, I wrote down in my notes, Atlas auto shield, Brendan rant.
Yeah, General Knox is like, actually, I'm gonna betray Atlas for some reason. I'm gonna be
Hold your
Roland's
fire,
friend.
weapons down.
Yeah, she's like, "Hey, Roland, I'm on this side now," and then she instantly gets lasered and turns into dust.
Yeah, she gets fucking eviscerated.
And Roland's really upset when this happens.
Knox! Imagine I'm Kevin Hart. Knox!
Yeah, like that, but a little bit shorter.
Yeah. Imagine I'm... How tall is Kevin Hart? Is he 5'4"? Quick fact check. Between 5'2" and 5'5".
Oh, my
So
man.
imagine I'm anywhere from 5 to 8 inches shorter.
Okay.
Just doxing my height. Anyone out there is curious.
So Lilith arrives and she's like, "Not so fast." I don't know if she actually says that. I'm paraphrasing. And then she's like, "I know how to use my siren powers now with no training." And she teleports down.
Yeah.
And then she's like, "Hey, I'm the siren. I will open the vault, but everyone here needs safety, I guess." And he's like, "Yeah, okay. Everyone will have safety." And Lilith's like, "Cool, I'm going to do that then." And she goes up to the vault and she slams it down, like the vault key into the vault, whatever. And then Alex did the longest fart I've heard in a long time. Somehow he kept perfectly timing his farts with like big boo moments. And I would just, like, I would stop hearing that and I would hear. I don't know if you heard what the noise I was making, but
I couldn't hear. It cut out.
You'll hear it when you're editing. And yeah, she activates the vault, opens the vault, and she turns into the Firehawk. She gets the flame of the Firehawk. She's got wings. She's a siren. Her clothes burn, but only her jacket to reveal like the default costume that Lilith has in the movies, and she gets her siren like markings on her arms. I'm pretty sure you're supposed to get those as soon as you turn into a siren, but I don't know.
Whatever.
And yeah, then she's all powerful and she gives everyone overshields. And I don't know why, but they all start fighting.
Yeah. I think Tiny Tina gets thrown into a hole. I know this because I wrote it down and the effect looked really bad.
Yeah. She doesn't teleport to save Tiny Tina from falling down this hole. She throws some flames down there to catch her.
Yeah. Anyways, everyone's invincible
Mm-hmm.
On Lilith's side.
Yeah, they got that Flame of the Firehawk overshield.
Yeah, and everyone's fighting, and then Lilith gets shot by the big laser, I think. And then, but she's okay, and then she gets lasered again, but she's also okay
Yeah, she's
again.
less okay.
She's like a little less okay, but she's like mainly fine, which is crazy.
Yep. And then
She's a fucking idiot. She tries to take out this massive gunship by flying straight into it, and she knocks herself out.
yeah, because it has an auto shield.
Yeah. And now everyone's in trouble. Tina falls down the hole again. Oh no,
Yeah.
not quite. She's hanging on the ledge.
Yeah, everyone
And
sort of loses their overshields and drops their powers a bit.
Mm-hmm.
I was just throwing that in the mix.
Yeah. And that is exactly what happens. And then Lilith wakes up and she goes, "Run," to Tannis. And then she holds off the big laser. And I thought this was kind of maybe a reference to second wind in Borderlands. So you get your second wind.
I was wondering if they were if they threw that in there anywhere.
Yeah, I had a feeling. But yeah. She holds off the big laser, everyone gets their second wind, and she destroys the big ship. And then everyone runs, and everyone is okay except the bad guys.
Yeah.
And then I wrote down, but Prob's not the big bad guy. And then Tina's missing, and then I'm like, yep, called it.
Yeah.
So big bad guy's got her hostage, and he's like, "Take me to the vault now, Lilith." So she takes him to the vault. So Tina, Atlas, and Lilith go in.
I think it's funny that we both wrote down the note, everyone is fine. Because she blows up the ship and the ship crashes into this ravine. We both and then everyone is fine.
Yeah. And then everybody clapped. Yeah. So she takes him into the vault with Tina. And he's like, "Show yourself, you little fucking cretin, or I'm gonna kill Tina." And then she does, kind of. He's like, "This is unbelievable. Can you feel the power?" And she's like, "Yeah, it makes me sick." He's like, and then she takes his shield, because she's got so much power in here. And then Tina beats him up, and they leave him for dead with the destroyer in there. And he goes,
"Yep."
And then there's a big party at Sanctuary. Everyone's celebrating, kicking soldiers' helmets around. I don't know what this note is. Gang has a gang party on the roof, somber and sweet, with the tea and good feels. Which is actually, no, that does make a lot of sense.
That's so good.
Yeah. And then Tina's like, "Let's go down
It kind of
there."
sounds like you're describing the Meg. The end of the Meg as well, because they're all on the roof of the boat and they're all drinking tea. That's the
Yeah.
best.
This could be applied to any shitty movie ending. And then Tina's like, "Let's join the party." And that's all I remember. I stopped paying attention after that point.
Yeah, she asked Lilith to go on fire and explode in the sky to make the Firehawk thing. And she's like, I can't just do this whenever you want me to. And she's like, yeah. She's like, yeah, but I'm going to do it anyway. And she does it. And then we see Moxie with Ellie and Scooter in their cameo. And that's it.
Cool. I did have 1/2 more notes. I said, "Oh gosh, Eli Roth, come on now."
Come on now, Eli.
Come on.
This movie is so offensive.
Fucking pathetic.
Disappointing.
That's why I'm giving this movie a 10 out of 10.
You wouldn't fucking dare.
No. But, okay. Just tell me your honest opinion. What did you think of this movie? And would you recommend it?
This movie was trash. and personally offensive to me and anyone that enjoys the Borderlands franchise. Is a sorry excuse for a movie, an obvious cash grab, and yeah, you got what was coming. You thought you could just fucking throw slop into the trough and everyone is just fucking go mediocre movie. But it's not what happened. You lost $80 million and it's your fucking fault. And I'm glad that you're probably not going to make a sequel to this. Give it to someone else. Maybe make a TV show out of it and try again.
Yeah, TV show seems to be the way to go for video game adaptations. You got The Last of Us, Fallout, stuff like that.
Yeah, and
maybe try again.
I've lost all respect for Eli Roth as a result. And he may affect the way that I watch Inglourious Bastards in the future.
I did watch that recently, and I had heard some things about Eli Roth, and it did change my perspective. So have fun with that next time you watch that movie.
I don't think I'm going to.
Oh. But why?
Yeah. I don't know. So, no, I would not recommend this movie to anyone.
But if someone was to watch it anyway, how should they watch it? You heard it here. You heard it here first, folks. If you're gonna watch this movie, make sure you watch it.
I don't know what I could. You can't do this to yourself. You should not watch this movie. Yeah, I guess you could Trojan hop it if you like.
Trojan hop?
You know when you don't like someone? So somehow you get a bad movie on in their house to upset them?
Dude, you gotta watch this movie. It's so good.
I think you could Trojan hop someone with this movie if you really don't like them. And
you know who's gonna go watch this movie after this podcast? Michael.
Yeah. He watched Hop today. He watched it. He just finished it. Like as we're recording the podcast.
Man.
He's gonna watch it. We Trojan hopped him twice.
We didn't Trojan hop him. We were so honest and forthcoming with what we thought about this movie.
Yeah, we like
sucks.
We Trojan hopped him.
Hop.
If the Trojan horse was like, there's enemy soldiers inside me. It was like painted on the side of it.
I was gonna say there's a massive there's like a band of soldiers outside, but inside them there's like more tiny soldiers or something. I don't know. I think I'd have to agree that this is just shameless in how lazy it was, I guess. And wasn't really entertaining.
Yeah.
It just disappointed me a little bit.
Yeah.
I already knew I was going to be disappointed. I'm still disappointed.
Yeah, I'm more disappointed than I thought I would be as well. And it's just such a fucking slap in the face to think that you can just put big name actors on a movie and hope that it's just going to work out.
Yeah. It's disgusting.
Yep.
It actually is.
It's fucking...
I wish people cared more. Especially, I don't know how this movie even came about, but what are you doing? What are you fucking doing?
This movie
Seriously.
is it's not even like the fast food of the movie industry.
This movie is the half-eaten cold cheeseburger in the fridge that's been sitting there for 2 days.
This movie is the burgers that you can get in the little packs. No, because those are slightly too good to be this movie. Like, how like there's you have like you could just make a burger at home, or you could go out and have fast food, or
Mm-hmm.
s- like stores took the fast food burger and then just like froze it and put it back in the supermarket and sold that to people. You just warm it up in the microwave. But those still have like a good place somewhere. Those are still like that's like your Megs.
Convenient.
That's that's your Megs of the world. Like they're still enjoyable from a certain standpoint, but this was not enjoyable. Like this is like gluten-free like bread.
If this is the only entertainment I had on a remote island, I would throw it into the fucking ocean.
This is yeah, exactly.
God, that is so brutal. No, I probably wouldn't do
This
that.
is gluten-free pita bread. Have you ever
That's
had that
kind of
before?
no, that's a bit obscure.
It's fucking shit. It's so bad.
Okay, well, now's the part. The fucking guessing your favorite movie. Yeah, your favorite.
My favorite
Fuck, hold on.
movie.
No, now is the favorite scene part. Your favorite part of this movie. It's time for that. And I'm gonna guess. It might be easier to guess your least favorite part. I think your least favorite part is just all the cringe. No. I think your least favorite part is how faithless this is to the original Borderlands
I was
games.
I was kind of expecting it going in. My least favorite part of this movie is when it's just after she gets the Firehawk powers and Tannis is looking up and she's like, "The legends were true. She's the Firehawk."
Oh god.
I just so bad. Just fucking shoehorned it in there.
She's the Firehawk.
The legends were true.
It's her. It's really her.
All right. Well, I'm gonna counter. For me,
Mm-hmm.
your least favorite bit. It's
Hold on,
between.
hold on. I did write it down, but I need to find it.
I always summarize everything at the bottom of my notes.
I should have done that. I wish I did. Ah, yes, I remember. Okay.
It's between. Do you want to grab my badonkadonk? And you in what army?
Ding 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 ding.
You in what army?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a pretty
God.
strong suspicion there.
How if do you have any respect for yourself or your craft if you fucking write that into a movie?
I know. Like, how do you just sandwich in tropes like that just to pad runtime? This movie isn't even that long.
No, it's like an hour 38 or something.
It's like an hour 42, an hour 40.
Okay.
Yeah, that just.
Yeah. Yeah. Fucker.
All right. What do you think my favorite bit was?
It's hard to say. I don't think it's anything that was funny. Maybe Marcus. I think you liked Marcus's character. The guy who did him did well.
He did do well.
You did say that you thought that Jack Black did good.
Yeah.
He did pretty good, although the writing was not great.
Mm-hmm.
And you said Krieg was also quite faithful. So I'm not really sure how to choose. I want to just say that the little things that did shine through that were accurate were easily the best part of this movie for you.
Mm-hmm. I liked their how they did the psychos.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. They did well with the psychos. They were entertaining enough. They were chaotic.
That was probably the best part of the movie.
Yeah.
That thing in the stronghold.
Yeah.
And not because of the main crew. Because the fucking little degens lighting each other on fire were entertaining to watch and
Yeah.
run and just go fucking berserk.
They're just having the best time.
They are.
They're doing exactly what they want to do.
Mm.
Okay, but your favorite bit was when Claptrap landed on the flower.
Is that your final answer?
Yep.
Wrong. It was when Krieg screamed thank you in intense.
Ah, yeah.
I thought that actually got me. Like, I didn't feel ashamed for laughing at that. Like, having a little giggle.
Yeah, I forgot you mentioned that. Damn it.
That's all good. That's all good. Favorite character? Marcus or Krieg?
Well, I don't know. I don't actually know. It's between a couple. Like, yeah, it's probably Marcus.
Yeah.
And yours
nice.
was Krieg.
Yeah. Yeah. Krieg has a little bit of a soft spot. I used to play him when I would play Borderlands 2, or it's the other DLC character, right? The Technomancer.
The Mechromancer, yeah.
Mechromancer, yeah. Sick ass character. If we play, I'm definitely playing as her.
Yeah.
Even she would have been good in this movie.
Are we going to play 1 or 2 first?
Let's play 1.
All right. 1 is a very different vibe.
It's all right.
It's a little bit more of a grind than 2 is.
True. Okay. Maybe I can play 1 on my own time then, and we'll play 2.
We can play 2, yeah.
All right, let's play 2.
We can play 2.
Okay. So, final rating, Brendan. Give me your final rating.
2.5.
2.5. I'm just going to come right out and say it. 3.
Nice.
2.5 and 3. That is an average score of 2.75, I believe.
That sounds right.
That sounds right for my brain. I'm not good with numbers, though, so...
Sounds right for my brain.
You are good with numbers, so... Hell yeah. Yeah, don't fucking watch this movie. We knew it was going to be shit. You knew it was going to be shit.
Yeah.
Hopefully you enjoyed us talking shit about this movie. But the next movie... Oh, yeah. The next movie is going to be good, Brendan. You want to know what movie we're watching next week?
I do, but I'm going to give a little teaser. I'm going to try and find out how many hours I've sunk into Borderlands 2 alone. So while you're...
Into Borderlands 2?
Yeah, just Borderlands 2, like that game. So while you're doing that, I'm going to do that in the back. Okay, tell me about it.
So this movie... Let me... Actually, you know what? Let me just pull something up. I want to see if you can guess what this movie is, alright?
Guess what the movie is?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we should totally do a movie 20 questions thing.
Alright, go.
Oh, right now?
Yes.
Alright, we'll do a teaser for it now, but we should do it in the, like, as an actual bonus episode. Okay, is this movie a live action?
Yes.
Did this movie come out within the past 10 years?
No.
Okay. This is hard to do for movies. Didn't come out. Did this movie come out between 2000 and 2010?
Between 2010 and now?
No, 2000 and 2010.
Yes, it did.
Interesting.
Think
I have
broad strokes at first. See if you can get the genre down.
Are you about to tell me that we're watching Transformers 2?
No.
Okay.
But I will give you a little hint. This movie did come out the same year
2007
as Transformers, yes. And it is another staple of my childhood.
2007. Okay. And it's a live action movie.
Yes. Live action just means like it's real, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not animated or anything, it's real.
Is this movie like science fiction?
Yes.
And I'm assuming the lead actor is male.
Yes.
Okay. Is the lead in this movie an adult?
Yes.
2007. Have I seen this movie?
Pretty sure you have, yeah.
This is way harder than I thought it was gonna be.
We don't have to keep this,
No,
but I just thought it'd be fun.
So you said it's science fiction.
That's what it has here. It has sci-fi in the genre.
All right, let me think on it. Is this movie an original? Like, is it the first in a series?
No.
Okay, so this movie, it's a sequel. Or I guess that could mean it might be just like a standalone movie, though. Is it a standalone movie?
No.
So it's a sequel. Okay. Yeah, it's a sequel.
It's part of a trilogy. I'll say that.
Part of a trilogy. Eh? I wonder how many people that are listening have like figured it out by now. 2007. Iron Man came out in 2008. So it can't
You're
be.
so close.
Can't be Iron Man.
Also, Iron Man's not a sequel.
Oh yeah.
But you are so close. You're on the right path.
So is it a Marvel movie?
Technically yes, but also no.
But not in the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
It is now.
Is this
recently canonized?
Is this a Spider-Man movie?
Yeah.
Is this Spider-Man 3?
Yeah. Yeah, we're watching Spider-Man 3.
No. Oh, okay.
What a fucking banger of a movie. I love that movie.
Oh,
Goated
man.
movie. Goated.
Okay.
Rub some dirt in your eye.
Pizza time. I think that's
Pizza
two.
time. Yeah, I think you're right. Pizza time.
Oh man, I could not like browse my my playtime while I was trying to think about all that. So we'll just cut out all this silence. So I have just over 500 hours in Borderlands 2.
On Xbox?
No, I have 300. I have 379 hours on Xbox, and I have 117 hours on Steam.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how many hours I sunk into the Xbox 360 version, and 360 doesn't have, at least then it didn't have the capabilities to track how much time.
If you had to estimate.
If I had to estimate, I would say probably just as much or maybe even a little bit more than I have on Steam, because I only played one character on Steam and that's got 117. So
okay.
I would say close to 200 hours. So yeah, maybe 600, 700 hours.
Not bad. Not bad. That's about how many hours I have in Elden Ring. Yeah. Which is kind of pathetic because I'm not good at that game.
So let's write 650.
Am I tripping? No, I don't have 500 hours in Elden Ring.
I have 330 hours, I think, in Elden Ring. So I've spent round about a month of my life playing Borderlands 2.
And it was worth every second.
Yeah, it so was.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Alrighty, so sounds like we're watching Spider-Man 3 next week.
You
Oh,
bet your sweet bippy we are.
oh, Jesus.
I
Lord
lied.
Christ.
I have about 350 hours, I'm going to guess. Let's check Steam, because I also have it on Steam.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
Getting way off topic here. Where's Elden Ring? Elden. Okay, no, I lied again. I have about 330 hours.
That's exactly what I said earlier.
Man, played that game a lot.
Yeah.
I have a ridiculous amount of hours in GTA 5. I've got like something like 2,400 hours or something.
Yeah, I have similar hours in Destiny 2.
God. Yeah, I need to get a fucking life. No, I don't play GTA 5 anymore. Not since lockdown. God, that was fun. But yeah.
Destiny,
Thank you.
Destiny, I have 31 days.
Jesus Christ.
Damn. I'm totally done with that game, though.
Had enough.
Yeah, I finished.
Nice. Fuck that game. I like playing it with friends, but it's just so cheeky.
It looks like I'm consistently topping out on games roundabout when I get to the month mark. I have 25 days in Halo, the Master Chief Collection.
Nice. Elden
Beast.
So yeah,
Elden Beast.
if you like Spider-Man, tune in next week because we're going to be watching Spider-Man 3.
If
And,
you were ever a pizza delivery man, or if you know a person that delivers pizza and sometimes says pizza time,
Pizza time.
recommend them this podcast.
If you know someone who fucking loves the Sam Raimi Spider-Mans, share this with them. Or maybe share the next episode with them. Anyways, that's what we're watching.
Pizza time.
And we're gonna I'm gonna go eat a fucking slice of pizza.
I'm gonna go
And
piss.
I'm gonna go shoot some ropes. Like I'm Spider-Man.
Oh. Oh,
Like
God.
Wait,
Oh,
no,
no.
not like that. Nah, it was a double meaning. I knew it all along. Alright, see you later. Thanks for watching.
Thank you so much. I'm sorry I was so bitter. Bye.
Bye-bye. Like and comment and subscribe if that's what you feel like doing. Bye.
Oh.
Nice.
That was good.
Game face. Game face. Game
Game,
face.
put on your fucking game face. I'll fucking do you.
Putting on my brown face. Okay.
No, no, don't do that.
I didn't